2013, Olympia, Washington. Open letter to the Southern Poverty Law Center. Once again, the SPLC has issued their annual list of hate groups. Sadly, I could not find my name on or any of my sites listed there, but I remain hopeful that someday I will make the list. Toward that end, I used their Contact Us form to submit the following message to them. This was back in 2013. Here's what I said. I'm astonished and disappointed that once again you have not added my website, Backlash.com, to your list of hate sites. Since 1993, I have opposed the feminist hate mongers, and with the exception of a few years when, against my better judgment, I supported George W. Bush, I have adamantly opposed progressives on both the left and the right. I would have expected that as a pro-feminist progressive organization, you would publicly excoriate me for my libertarian-leaning classical liberal views. Alas, perhaps the almost 10 years I served on my tribe's tribal council has granted me immunity from your criticism. Nevertheless, I remain hopeful that one day my opposition to misandry and totalitarianism will eventually become too much for you to ignore. Until then, I remain very sincerely yours, Rod Van Mechelen. Okay, does that seem too mild? Maybe I should have added a little spice and spittle with some F-bombs and other angry words. But while angry words are sometimes appropriate for marches and demonstrations, I look to a man who inspired me as a youth for an example, Martin Luther King Jr. Reverend King was a man who spoke with courage, conviction, and great passion, but always with dignity and never with a sneer, a snub, or a denigrating word. He was a man who did not talk down to his enemies, but invited them to rise up and join him. It wasn't that he minced words or sugar-coated his meaning. Evil is as evil does. No point in dressing up ugly with pretty words. But criticism can be civil. While all of my friends and associates should aspire to make the SPLC hate list, too many of them, it seems to me, try to fulfill the stereotypes assigned to us by behaving with antagonism toward members of the press. There is a difference between speaking with antagonism and speaking with authority. For several years, I sat on council with an elder who offered few words, but when she spoke, we listened because her words were wise and that wisdom gave her great authority. I also served with a young woman of many words who, to this day, speaks often and with antagonism. While many fear to become the target of her acid tongue, few respect her opinions. Antagonism may instill fear, but authentic authority is built upon a foundation of respect, knowledge, confidence, and achievement. Giving interviews isn't easy. Making appearances on radio and TV can be hard work and stressful. Your opponents are looking for any slip they can turn into an unforgivable crime. You have to be always on and fully prepared to answer every challenge. Everybody flubs, especially at first. Give enough interviews, and even seasoned professionals mess it up. Warren Farrell told me that he always expected to make at least one flub during any interview. It's been many years since I did my last radio and television appearances and gave my last newspaper interview, and during all of them I tried to remember the example of Reverend King. Another great man to emulate is Dr. Warren Farrell, who seems to personify compassion. Our messages may be hard to hear, the truth we tell difficult to accept, but when speaking as one human being to another, what has always worked best for me is to respect their humanity. Time enough for tough talk and biting words when addressing the principles, programs, and prejudices of those who would denigrate and enslave us without addressing them directly with words that mirror their hate and make true their accusations against us. 2015, Olympia, Washington. Sadly, I'm still not on either their hate group or extremists lists. That's the SPLC website. To add insult to injury, Paul Ramsey, better known as Ramsey Paul, is on their list of extremists. What's up with that? Okay, he's smarter and better looking than me, but I'm more extreme, sometimes. That's all for now. Check out the other videos, subscribe to the channel. For the Backlash at Backlash.com, my name is Rod Van Mechelen.